to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm sure you're a very happy man here, Alfie Warren. Jack Mcgann just put on a hell of a performance, didn't he?
Oh, it was brilliant. Really good. Great matchmaking from our behalf. We promised him a title fight in his next fight after he had that great night in Liverpool last year. He was supposed to be fighting Obi Abaniki tonight. Obi pulled out of a perforated eardrum. That was going to be eliminator for the English title. So we scrambled around, between us all to see what we could secure for him. And this title come up. We've been trying to secure him like an international title for quite a while now. Been in contact with the IBO, and they just got back in contact with us and said, look, we've got a new title coming out, the IBO European title. So it's the first time that any weight has fought for that title, and Jack done it in style tonight. That was honestly the improvements that I've seen of him from his last two fights, from John Brennan to one up in Liverpool, and now honestly what Martin Murray has done with him is fantastic. Still got a lot to learn, and we'll progress him in the right way, but I'm so over the moon tonight. Do you know what? I'm so over the moon with the whole night. I mean, that was packed to the rafters tonight. It was that's probably one of the busiest I've ever seen York Hall, and I'm just so proud of Jack. I'm proud of everyone who was on the card. It's just been a brilliant night.
Last year, you obviously had the link up with Mark Nilsson, Fight Town, WBM. There's something about it, isn't there? York Hall, WBM and Mark Nilsson, they just provide great fight nights, whatever the level is, isn't it?
Well, listen, we got the fighters that we provide. We work as a team. They're great at what they do, Mark Nilsson and, Kyle, Jared, the whole team. They're really good at what they do. We really work well together. We put on great fights. We match them up really well. And, you come to these nights, and, every time we put a show on, more and more people, even from the boxing fraternity and all that, leave a ticket on the door. They know what they're coming. They know it's going to be a great night, great 50-50s. A couple of fights fell through tonight, but we stacked it so well with 50-50s and title fights that even with the two fights that come off, it was still stacked card. It was really good, But for Jack to top the bill as well, I was so pleased for him tonight, and onwards and upwards for him. He's got a title, and people want to fight him. Let's listen.
Obviously, he brings a very exciting style in there, and he kind of destroyed Toff tonight. So, how highly are you going to be pushing for a big TV spot?
Oh, listen, Jack started his career off at Queensbury anyway. His debut was on Tyson Fury's return. He's fought with Josh Warren cards, everything. Pre-COVID, after COVID, he parted ways with Frank and all that. And the way we've built him back up, he's making such a name for himself now. He's making, people actually know who his name is. Without the big broadcasters, all the boxers, everyone and all that. There's a couple of fighters here tonight that probably would fancy the fight with them. I don't fancy that they'd win against them, so I'd welcome those fights anyway. But
Sam Gilly being one of them?
Oh, without a doubt. I'll take that all day long. I really wouldn't bother me that. Anyway, Sam, we were talking to Jordan Dujon before that. He's got a big fight coming up and all that. We welcome him. Listen, we welcome him and all that. But, he's bringing the thing. He's bringing the attention now to these shows, and he is really one of our crown jewels in the stable. But listen, we ain't going to shy away from anything. But we sit down, we talk about it. He's got a title now, so he's got something to bargain with. But I really believe that you're going to see him on the big stage anyway. I think this is a big stage anyway. These fights anyway. I'm telling you, they're really popular, and I'm happy with the way everything's going now. We're progressing him on really well. He's going to have a title defence. We're going to try and do it in Liverpool. But, he's got a bright future ahead of him, and I'm so proud of him. and I think there's more titles to come out of him, Joe.
I've got to ask you, Casey Kademi, Hijaz Ahmed. Every time I speak to you, it's just the never-ending just saga of this fight. Are we going to actually see it?
Listen, we ain't going to hold his jet up now as well. You know, he's been on and off. Casey's had a tear in his knee, which is so unfortunate. I feel so sorry for him. I mean, he pulled out with illness, pulled out with the flu in December, pulled out with a knee, and, you know, he's just worried about what people think of him. I went, Casey, look, it's a genuine injury anyway. So we're not going to hold the division up, but we're going to. Ishjad will fight for the British title on the provider that the winner, whoever Ishjad fights, will fight Kademi. So he will contest for the British title in the middle of this year anyway. So, you know, let's see what happens anyway. If it's Ishjad or if it's his opponent that he's going to get matched up with, so be it anyway. But he will fight for that British title in June.
Alfie, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. What a fight to finish off the night tonight, and I'm sure there'll be many more with this Nielsen boxing link up, and hopefully speak to you again soon, mate.
What a fight, what a night anyway. Make sure you all come to the next one, but thanks very much.
Cheers, mate. All right, yeah? Nice. Sweet, mate. Alfie. Cheers, mate.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something. Completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.